Hell yeah. I think I did it, dude. I'm going to turn the gain up a little bit. Alright. Today we have a Sarah and Chade. What's your last name and your social and your address?
Last name.
Don't
Butler.
actually tell them that.
I know.
No,
social
say it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
No, actually say it though.
Me?
Yeah, say
Yeah,
your
no,
social.
No, I'm not
Say the
saying
actual
it.
whole number.
And
No,
say-
it's
say-
on recording.
Come on, we need a way
Say
to-
your PIN number to your debit card and how much money you have in your bank account.
If
I
we want
actually
to be
forgot.
genuine and connect with the fans, then you have to let them get to know you.
Yeah.
Okay, the only issue is my debit card. I forgot the PIN for it. I just used my credit card, so... Pretty sure the security code's like 720 though.
Nah, you're chilling. I would never out myself out like that, but whatever.
Okay, that's not
It's
the
actually
code.
crazy.
That's not the code, but...
We only have hood rats listen to this podcast, actually.
You know what they're all about.
Yeah. I don't
Credit
do
card fraud.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't deal with hood rats anymore, dude. Did you listen to Billie Eilish's album?
Yeah.
I kind of want to talk about it.
Okay,
Yeah,
let's
let's talk about
debrief it.
Munch.
You listened to it?
Yeah, we were listening to it earlier.
Oh, but like the whole
whole
thing?
thing?
The whole thing? Yes, once.
Bro, this French song, it's called L'amour de ma vie. Phineas did some weird, like, beat switch in it. It is gorgeous. We can't play it or else YouTube will probably take
that
my
down.
video down, but...
Dude, let me find out what my favorite one was. I'm going to
I
pull it
do
up right
love Billie Eilish.
Birds of a Feather is actually my favorite song. I'm locking that one in.
I think
now. I think Birds of a Feather was my favorite.
Yeah, that was my favorite, dude.
Wildflower.
That was my favorite, too.
Those are my favorites.
Wildflower.
I thought it was good.
It's
I like...
not
I wish I would have heard it right before we started talking about it, so then I'd have more to say. But
Yeah.
What was the Chichiro song? The one... what's that anime movie you like?
me?
Yeah, what's it called? Studio Ghibli film that you like? With like that turn into pigs and they cook.
What?
Spirited Away.
Spirited Away.
Dude, Spirited Away is like known as the most cult following Studio Ghibli movie. People love it.
I've seen it.
It's like everybody's
It's a
favorite.
great
It's like
movie.
their entry to Studio Ghibli.
The Chichiro song on her album is about that. It's about that movie.
So she's in an anime?
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Dude, believe it or not, that's not even in my top 5 Studio Ghibli movies.
Really?
Yeah, I think it's
Not your
fine.
top 5.
Both of you say your top 5 right now. If you have a top 5. I
I've
don't have a top
never
5.
seen
I like
Studio
Kiki's
Ghibli.
Delivery Service.
Me either.
Kiki's Delivery Service is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm only gonna name my top 3 since you guys don't know anything.
Yeah, better.
Howl's
Better.
Moving Castle.
I seen that one.
You have seen?
I have seen that
Okay.
one.
Well, there's also the one with the pig.
The
but
dude
I
is
don't
handsome.
love.
The demon guy that flies.
Oh, he's super
He's
handsome.
handsome. Reminds me of you, kind of.
That's probably why Chade likes it.
We were literally watching it, and we're like, dude, 'cause especially when you had your long blonde hair, it's like, that's kind of has Chade vibes.
Yeah. I wish that I could have my hair be like the real Slim Shady right now, because when the album comes out,
Like a blonde
like
buzz?
blonde buzz.
You can.
You
Why,
can.
why can't you do that?
Well, I'm waiting for the album to come out. Once the album comes out, I think I'm gonna do that.
When's the album coming?
Daisy.
Daisy. Not my album.
Oh, M's album.
Not
Yeah.
Eminem's.
Oh.
Yeah.
The other one.
That'd be sick if you shaved your head.
When's that album coming out?
Yeah.
Eminem's?
Yeah,
I
because
think
he
it's
just
coming
released
out
a CD,
this
but that was a
summer,
single.
This summer.
July something maybe.
That's perfect.
Well, that's actually
You'll have
sick.
short hair.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if it'll be Buzz.
Buzz short.
Okay, I'm getting a hair transplant.
Dude, I'm excited. Can you listen? Can you wait till you're with me till we listen to it?
Oh, the Eminem? The
Yeah.
Eminem? Dude,
Yeah.
if it were up to me, I'd get all my stands and we'd have a big listening party.
You
Like
should.
anybody that even low key messes with Eminem,
Like Daniel.
I would like them to be there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you should.
Dude,
Yeah,
do you remember?
we should.
Do you remember?
What's
yeah,
stopping
we can do
us?
that. But I don't know.
Exactly.
I don't want
Yeah.
like a bunch of people there. I want just the people that are like serious about it.
I'm
You know
serious
what I mean?
about music.
I don't like to be exclusive,
Ah,
but I want people that are there to support him.
yeah. I mean, I'm not a huge. I would consider myself an Eminem fan, but I'm not like a huge Eminem fan. And I couldn't name you like his days in D12. What's
Yeah,
it called?
yeah.
Respect music.
I couldn't name you a song from
Dirty
D12.
Dozen.
Yeah, but like Daniel can and you can. But I'm a fan of his music. Like,
You can be there.
yeah.
As long as somebody's gonna sit there and listen. I just don't
Oh,
want
yeah.
people talking.
Oh no, we should listen to it. Maybe pause after a song.
Every song.
If you like have to say something.
And then tier list it up.
Yeah.
Dude, you know what, you know what I have been loving lately? Is when people make tier lists of tier lists. Have you seen that?
No.
No.
They'll be like, okay,
That's meta.
we'll take a tier list, and they'll be like, alright, S tier is in S tier because it's S tier. A tier is in B tier because it's not as good as C tier. C tier is in A tier. And they'll make a tier list of a tier list. And then once they're done doing that, they'll make a tier list of a bunch of different tier lists of the tier list. It's insane.
The triple T list.
That's so meta, dude. That would give me an aneurysm.
Dude,
so what actually is top tier considered top tier list?
My perfect tier list?
It's a valid question.
I consider S tier and S tier, A tier and A tier, B tier and B tier, C tier and C tier.
Okay.
Nope, that's not true. That's not the tier list that I like. It's S tier and S tier, A, B, C, D, E, F, F tier and F tier, or F tier and S tier. You understand where I'm going?
No, dude, I don't understand at all.
In terms of tier list, what's the best place to rank something?
S
What
tier.
feels the best?
S tier.
Okay, but what feels the best? Because you can rank something in F tier, that means it's the worst. But that's a fun ranking to do.
Oh, like just favorite ranking?
Yeah.
I love a good S tier.
I do too, but F tier is also good. Because if without
sucks?
without an F tier, S tier doesn't mean anything. So
I am a hater.
There has to be a
F
worst
tier
and
is
best.
in S tier. S tier is in S tier.
Oh, okay, I get
C
it.
tier is in S tier because it's perfectly mid. E tier is in like E tier because it's just crap.
Yeah.
Because
So we don't need E tier so much.
You have to have the worst to make the best, but you don't need the subpar.
I don't know, dude. I've never even thought about like what tiers are the best and what tier, dude.
Yeah.
But this is how we should rate the M album, bro. We should listen to a song, we all rate it, and then the next song we all rate it, and then the average is what that album is.
The average of all the songs.
Yeah.
What if there's like just an outlier though? It's just like a 4.
Then that'll
Just
hurt
like
the
that
album.
good.
Really?
That's just how albums work. If you have a really bad song, like sorry, it hurts the album because it does hurt the album.
All right, so that means we're taking each song completely objectively.
Yes.
We're not
And you
putting it
rank
in the
it 1
context
to
of the
10.
album because what if the first song we give it a 4, but within context of the song number 8, it brings it up a little bit because of like callbacks.
Well, then it's not a 4. Then it's like a 7 because like there might
Right,
be.
but
A
we're not
skit.
going to be hearing the 7th song
Yeah.
when we're reviewing the
Well,
first song.
That's
sometimes
true.
I feel like what makes a good album is because it builds off of the other songs that are in the
Exactly.
album.
Right.
So then you couldn't objectively.
Like, dude, if you were
rank
listening
all
to some of the songs on Daisy demos without listening to the album, they don't work as standalones.
Well, that's the thing. I think we're all like intelligent enough to like rank something to see what it brings to the album.
Yeah.
Like, if there's like a 30-second skit and there's like a weird like drum crash at the end, but it like it like makes sense in the album, I'll give it a 9.
Okay.
Like,
Cool.
because there's like skits I've given on albums and I'm like, that was an amazing skit, and I like doesn't have any replay value. Like, rating something isn't on its replay value. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't have
It's
to be
artistic value.
Exactly. I rate it personally on pure art, not just on like, oh, does this bang? Can I jam?
I'm trying to
this?
think of an album that I thought was incredible, but I don't bump.
Don't listen to it again.
There's some albums that are incredible, but I don't know, because the ones I'm thinking of also slap.
But does it have to be good in order for you to listen to it again, or it just has to be good?
It helps.
Like Circles by Mac Miller, dude. One of the best albums I've ever heard in my
that was
life,
so good.
personally.
That was great.
But I also replay it every day of my life. Like, I'm always
Yeah.
listening to it.
Oh yeah. I think To Pimp a Butterfly, you could argue every song on there doesn't slap. I love
Do you
sonically.
replay 'em?
Yeah, sonically, I personally love the music, but like, it's not like you're not gonna put it on aux. You're not gonna put Wesley's Theory on aux.
Yeah, that's
like
true. That's true.
even some Eminem songs, I would argue, are like that.
Most of the time when I listen to Eminem, I'm alone. Because people can't get down with it the way they do other types of music.
It's not music you like play like in front of people. Some are
Depending.
Depending. Yeah, he has songs that
he's
you
got
do.
a wide range.
Yeah, I don't know. It's dope. Who's your favorite artist, Sarah?
My favorite artist? I don't have favorites.
No, we're not doing that question. You guys met today.
Oh yeah, we did meet today.
Okay, perfect. Like 100% honest, genuine. Every little tiny thought you had on first impression.
It's real hard to hurt my feelings, so go for it.
Shitty as hell. I'm just kidding.
You
no.
told me that in the car
No,
earlier.
no, I'm just kidding. Okay, I'm trying to think. Okay, wait. I'm sitting in
We were at the
Ramblin'
restaurant.
Roads. We come in. What's the first thing you did?
I come in late, also.
You come in, but it was also kind of our fault.
Well,
I mean,
she had my location, so she could have.
But here's the thing,
I
dude.
forgot I had your
I don't like hold you account because that's something I would have done. Like, I'm not.
100%.
I do it all the time.
I'm
That's
ditzy,
the
dude.
worst part about it.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I'm not gonna hold you accountable for that because that's something That's something I would have known. I don't know. I thought you looked like my friend Maddie. I forgot her last name. You look a lot like her. I might pull up a picture sometime on the pod. But
Jamie, can you look that up?
Jamie, look that shit up. Jamie, show me this thing's ass. Sorry, no inside jokes.
I wonder how many beginner podcasters have used that same joke.
Okay. I'll be honest. You came in, and I thought you were really nice. I thought you were really polite. And I thought you had really good banter. And I thought you... I don't know. There's, like, only so much impression I can, like...
That's true. You're also one of the least judgmental people I've ever known in my life.
That's a lie, dude.
Really? Dude, I think
in my head...
Maybe you judge hard in your head, but you do not act in that way.
I judge so hard in my head.
Oh, okay, everybody does.
Yeah.
Let me rephrase.
Yeah, dude.
You don't let
the
it
most
affect you.
approachable, inviting people.
I will take that compliment.
You also don't let, like, some people, you can tell they're judging you in their head and they won't say anything, but it affects definitely how they act towards a person.
I don't let it affect
You
how
don't
I
do
act. I do judge, though. We all do.
Yeah.
I judge myself.
Rightfully so.
Shit. Holy God.
I'll lock that in. That was my first impression. Really nice. Had really good banter.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I like the word banter.
I like you because like you like OKC. We talked about OKC. And that was cool. It was like the team
She
that literally made
scripted that.
I did not script that. I grew up going to their games.
She did. She said something you can't script. Her dad would take her like on daddy-daughter dates to OKC Thunder games, which is lit.
It's pretty cute.
To watch like the Thunder Westbrook.
No, that's cool. Y'all had a dad. Nice.
At least your parents speak English.
This is true.
Yeah.
I've only ever been to one NBA game in my life.
Which game?
I went to one Jazz game in Salt Lake City ever.
Who'd they play?
Don't remember. Dude, I'll take you to one next year. I'll take you to one next year.
It wasn't one of my favorite teams, which my favorite teams consist of the teams Allie likes.
Dude.
So the Jazz?
I love basketball. I love the game of basketball. Mm-hmm. I think it's awesome. I love being a part of it, but like I do not follow it.
You don't get into like
I only follow the teams I really, really care about, and even then, it's not super close.
Yeah.
But, like,
I'm a
Jazz
psycho.
and the Thunder, I love them.
Yeah, me too. I really like the Jazz and the Thunder.
And if someone has a game on, I'll watch it because I like watching sports. But
that's like all I do. All right, first impressions of me.
First impressions of me. Let's see. I respected the fact that we went to a diner and we all had breakfast and you had a burger.
Hell yeah.
I love burgers.
I'm not a breakfast guy.
Figured that. First impression too, though. Yeah, you didn't care that I had literally just met you and you started talking to me like I was your homie, so that was dope.
That's what I do.
Granted, there was, like, you knew.
I basically knew her.
What was your term you used in the car today?
Like, I feel like I knew her without meeting her.
It's like a second-hand, what did you say? It was like a second-hand
I don't remember what you said.
I was high as hell, so I don't know.
No, you were.
I'm just kidding. I was not. Disclaimer.
Drugs are bad.
I know they are. Don't ever do drugs.
That was my first impression. Also good. You were funny.
Hell yeah.
And yeah, like Chade told me about you too, and so you basically fit everything that I like kind of expected.
Same. It just confirmed what he said. It's interesting.
Yeah.
And now you're on my pod, and you haven't known me more than 10 hours.
That's crazy.
That's how life is, though.
Yeah.
Is that not the beauties of life?
When I woke up this morning, I didn't think that I'd be doing a pod.
I'll drink to that.
Drink to that.
I woke up this morning with a full boner, not knowing what life was going to bring me.
Nope. I wish I still did, dude. I don't wake up with one anymore.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Because you're getting old.
No, I'm not even that, dude. I think my lust for life has left me.
Oh my God.
I'm just being honest.
No,
you gotta find something you like.
I'm serious.
That's your goal for this rest of life, to wake up with a boner
That's
every
such
morning.
a funny indicator of like how good your life is going.
Put that on a t-shirt.
You just like know
Live
it.
life.
How many days this week did I wake up with morning wood?
Dude, it's not even that. It'll be like, dang, it's been weeks since I've even felt any sort of activity.
Any emotion.
Yeah, and it's like, okay. Yeah, maybe something needs to change, but
Hey man, less temptation.
You're going into depression.
Been there, you know what I'm saying? Just kidding. Depression's not real.
It's not real.
Yeah.
I agree.
It's just
that.
It's just a mindset.
I'm being satire. I fully believe in depression.
I
I've never had it
I
fully,
believe
but
in being in a state of mind.
A depressive state of mind.
Depressive state of mind. Absolutely. I do not believe that it's something a person is
chronically have
or
for
can
their whole
have.
life.
You don't believe it's like a chronic
Like-
illness?
No, I believe that it's a reflection of like things in your life and choices that you make and coping mechanisms that you have, and I believe that because when you say, "Oh, they have depression," it makes it seem like depression itself is the problem.
Yeah.
Depression is the disease, but depression is a symptom.
Of
So
a
people
problem.
don't have depression. Like okay.
Depression is
I mean,
a
this
symptom
is
of
like
the mindset.
semantics, but
Yeah.
depression is a symptom of something else. So to be sad is something like you can like have it, you can be in it, but it's not like a thing that is you. It's not a.
Yeah.
You are
In that sense, I don't believe in it. Does that make sense?
That makes sense.
I'm describing it badly, and I will think on this after on a better way to articulate what I'm thinking. But
You're good, dude.
it's almost like
I suck at articulating my words.
how do I do this? Okay, you get shot with a bullet.
Yeah.
All right, you got shot. You don't have a like.
Chronic hole in your stomach.
Yeah, you know what I mean. I don't
Okay.
know.
So
And-
depression is
and-
a symptom of an underlying problem that's bigger than depression.
which is like obviously, but I'm just saying. I think
So it's kind of like the flu. Like you have symptoms of the flu, but you are not the flu.
yeah.
The
Sure.
flu does not define you.
yeah.
Because that's a
And I'm
Yeah.
not just saying it's, I only believe in people sad circumstantially, like, oh, my mom died. Obviously,
Yeah.
I'm saying that, like, when you're in that state of mind, there are other. I don't know. I don't like the way that people say I have depression.
Okay, this is what I believe.
You just also don't like definites.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. I don't like absolutes because I ain't no
Yeah,
Sith.
absolutes are weird. But I think that having like a deficiency, a chemical deficiency in your brain is possible. I think it's like way less than the people that like say they have it. Like I think it's like, because right now I know more people with depression than without. I think it's like less than 1% of people have an actual like chemical deficiency.
Maybe.
When it's like a super rare thing. And I think a lot of like depression is just like habits you could change and then you'd be happier. But I do think there are people out there with literal deficiencies because you can see depression like physically in the brain. Like not always, but like, and it's not, you can't
Dude,
like see it and it doesn't
that
equate to
argument
depression.
is like every single time you do anything, you're changing the chemistry in your brain. Like
No, that's
you
true.
go on
That's
a,
why
you
it's
go on a
not-
run, you're changing the
That's
chemistry
why
in
it's
your
not
brain.
an absolute.
It's like yeah. I mean there are outliers where certain people have problem. You know, just like people with
Dude, but I'll-
diabetes can't. You know.
I will say this though, I think that is so rare. I think it's like you should probably meet 3 people in your lifetime that have
Yeah.
like literal depression,
Yeah.
like clinical depression.
I think
it's a thing.
everyone goes through depressive episodes, but to say you have chronic depression, like, and also the more you tell yourself that, the more you're gonna wire your brain that way.
Cause I'm not saying that. Oh, you're sad. You make better choices. You'll be happy. Because it's
We've all
when
been
you're,
sad.
when you're in that state of mind, you go through these fits of like. It's almost like obsessive compulsive behavior where you are being self-destructive on purpose and you just literally cannot make these decisions that you want to because you feel such hopelessness. So I'm not denying that state of mind. I'm just saying that that's not something that a human is. That's a reflection of something else that a human is. Like lost, insecure, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Things of that nature. Traumatized. Those things are...
There's usually other things that bring about that chemical
Yeah.
balancing in your head.
Yeah. So how many pickles do you think you could fit in your mouth at one point?
Oh, dude. Depends. Do I got lube?
No.
Can I lube my shit?
No,
up?
just the
big are your
pickle juice. Sarah, be a lady.
I'm asking you a question.
How big are the
They're the
pickles?
petite ones.
The petite ones?
Yeah.
Okay.
Below average.
Oh, I almost just made a joke, damn it. Well, it's about one of our listeners, so I couldn't.
What's that steak? Because I perform under pressure.
A steak dinner.
Paid for at your best restaurant.
I could fit 15.
15.
I could fit 15 of them bastards in my mouth. I think. I don't want to try it because I don't want to accidentally like choke to death, but that sounds like a way to die.
This is something that you
What
and I
about you
do all the
guys?
time, Allie, but
Yeah.
we are always asking people, how much money would it take for you to do this thing? And every single time they say a number, we are able to talk them down by like $2 or $3 million.
Yeah, every time.
Why do you think that is?
I think people are worth less than they think they are.
Do you think they do? Or do you think it's like they get more confident in themselves and so they're like, oh, I can do it for less?
No, it's not about that.
I think they visualize like, okay, 400,000 would be nice in my bank account, and it's not that bad. Like I could do it.
Let's ask a question.
Okay,
Sarah, how much money would it take for you to stab a homeless person? Just one little stab.
You could say, or you could say,
does he live?
Would you do somewhere in the stomach? We don't know.
Okay,
just somewhere in the stomach.
Okay, we will say, because you might say, and there's not amount. Take ethics out of it.
No,
take
no.
legal out of it. Legalities out of it.
The only thing that ethically, it's up to you, but
caught.
You won't get caught.
I won't get.
You won't go to jail.
I won't go to jail.
You won't get caught. You just stab this random guy.
Is it for self-defense or it's
no?
because you're
You just
gonna
walk up to him
money?
and stab him in the stomach.
So you said I will give you this amount of money to go stab this man.
Yes.
$1 billion.
You do it for $1 billion?
Yeah, because if you're going to pay me $1 billion and I won't do it for anything less than $1 billion, then why don't I do $1 billion?
Also, if she has $1 billion, she could pay for his recovery. You didn't say kill.
Yeah, you wouldn't do it for $999 million.
You would. Yes, you would.
$999 million. That's literally 1% off of $1 billion. Like, right? You wouldn't do like that's just crazy to not do.
I think if somebody presented you with $800,000, you would do it. Like they showed it in front of you. I think you would do it.
I think you would do it for $100,000.
I would. There's no shame in that.
I would do it for $50K.
I would not do it for $50K.
Oh, if I know I'm not gonna get caught, dude, I would do it for maybe $15K.
It would have to be real close to $1 billion.
Okay, so $800 million.
I would rather live with
$800 million.
I don't know.
That's the thing. Half of these is like it would have to happen. You have to like present me the money.
Yeah.
How much would it take you, Ellie?
To stab him?
Yeah.
See, that's the thing. It's not kill him.
Yeah,
I could stab him, give him half my money.
You could, but how much money?
Like, bro, like this was for you too.
How much money?
I could justify $500K.
500. You wouldn't do it for 400?
I would.
300?
Yes, I would.
250K.
Yes, I would.
I'm about to give you $200,000.
I would do it, and I'd be like, "Hey, bro, here's $10,000."
You would only give him. You would give him like 5% of your money.
Okay, I'd pay for all of his medical bills, and then I'd give him like $50K.
Here's the thing.
So would you do it? Would you do it for?
That's the kicker.
Would you do it for 150K?
Yeah, that's true. If they live, like it'd be way less.
Is he living or
do you want him to live?
Where are you stabbing him? Because I could stab him in the arm.
Stomach. You have to stab him in the stomach somewhere.
Probably die.
Only so much money can fix my conscience.
Yeah.
But money can fix your conscience, you say?
Depends on what it is.
It can fix mine.
Stabbing a homeless guy.
Does he die or not?
Here's the thing.
We don't know. That's the question.
Let me take an ethical route out of this.
Okay.
So you stab that homeless person. That homeless person was probably going to die of an overdose anyways.
That's messed up. Okay.
No. I shouldn't say that.
What if it was a homeless child?
That homeless person has more of a probability to die of like an overdose than the average person. Let's say that.
Sure, yeah.
And I get $1 billion. You know how much good I can do with $1 billion? So he was kind of like the sacrificial lamb for like kids to eat, for kids to go through college. Like I would be so charitable with it. I'd like compromise with God to be like, hey man, like I will change the world with this $1 billion.
That's a slippery slope, though. You gotta do what's best for the greater good,
Exactly.
and all of a sudden you are committing genocide on an entire race because you believe that they're not as good.
You'd have to kind of play God.
Unless they don't die.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if I can get,
I'd make sure they die.
If I can get 800 million or higher, like $1 billion, then it's either I get $1 billion and I had to stab a guy, or I have a nice clean conscience with my money.
Yeah.
And I'm just living
Yes,
regular.
that is the question.
Which is why I'm like, if I can get more money, then I would go more money, which is why I'm not going less.
It's not it's not like we're not actually giving you the money. It's not a negotiation. We're just saying, say I offer you $500 million. Would you do it for that much?
500 million?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Just yes or no. Would you do it for 500 million?
No.
$550 million. You could give $10 million to your mom, $10 million to your dad.
Or not.
Yeah,
you don't know if he's dying.
It's such like a.
But then that's the thing is like if you were like.
If he does die, would you feel worse?
Yeah, because then I did it for the money and he died, so that's 2 negatives.
If a rooster lays an egg on a house, which way is it going? Right or left side of the house?
The way the wind blows.
Roosters don't lay eggs.
True.
But you said if a rooster laid an egg.
Oh, you're right. That's the loophole. Wow. That's true. That's like
Two
the
loopholes.
conditional loophole in that. That's true.
Have you heard the fly or flay riddle?
No.
Don't ever start it.
Should we do it to
Me and Chade have a riddle, but like I don't want it to be on this podcast.
It's like the hardest riddle, and no one ever gets it. And
it's just gonna be boring. It'll be boring. It'll be boring.
It would take
It's boring content, but we'll do it some other time. If I go to the cabin, we can do it.
They're gonna hate it.
Yeah.
Dude, we have a cabin trip planned.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You're coming?
Maybe.
When are the NBA finals?
They're Sunday and Wednesday.
We can watch it on Wednesday.
Well, Sunday you can
Sunday.
get it, and then Wednesday night we can watch them out there. But you said Javi's coming.
Javi's coming over Wednesday, and I planned that with him way before the cabin thing, and I billed him like 3 times.
What's the way that we can make this happen? Let's put our thinking.
I don't know, dude. I don't know, man. We'll see. I want to go, but I missed the finals like last year, and I was like, I'm never doing that again.
You could.
What'd you miss it for?
I was in Mexico.
You could find something to do.
We can watch them there.
Does she have cable there?
There's a TV and everything.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll see. We'll see.
What if you have Javi over on Sunday?
No, because he can't Sunday. We'll figure it out.
Plus the finals are Wednesday.
Yeah, maybe I'll go for like 2 days.
Why do they put the finals?
Maybe I'll go like Monday and Tuesday.
Yeah,
it's only 4 hours.
We're leaving at 3 on Monday.
Maybe I'll just drive up by myself, and I'll bring
you
up.
back on Wednesday.
And I'll bring somebody because I don't want to drive by myself. I'll bring like Dallin.
Oh, we forgot to invite Dallin.
Wait, don't invite him. Tell him to come over with me. I'm just kidding. Invite him. But if he can't, oh wait, no, he's in like Washington, dude.
Oh, that's why we didn't invite him.
Yeah, he's doing sales.
Let me. No.
Anyways,
is he doing sales? For what company?
I don't know, dude.
Have you ever done sales, Allie?
Boring.
I did.
You did? What'd you do it for?
I had the experience, the pleasure of selling solar for ES Solar.
Okay.
I did it for 3 months.
What is your opinion on sales? Door-to-door sales?
I think it's a special type of guy. It takes how do I say this? It takes a certain type of personality, a certain type of like outlook on life to like really commit to sales.
Dude,
I'll leave it at that.
Here's what I say. Every time somebody quits sales, it's because they're like, oh, they're a shady company. I don't feel good being shady.
Every single time.
And the interesting thing is, about to sneeze.
Sneeze away, dude. You're gonna clip the mic. Give the listener explode an eardrum.
And then there's the guys that are like really into it, and they stay in it for a long time. Almost, in my experience, the guys that have stayed in it a long time, they eventually do quit. And they quit because they say something like, it was a shady company. So they end up quitting for the same reason the people that quit after 3 months do. It just takes them longer.
Yeah.
It's just,
That's
I
interesting.
don't know.
I just quit because I hated it.
Yeah, it does suck.
You did it?
Mm-hmm.
You did door-to-door sales.
Mm-hmm.
What did you
For
sell?
what?
For one of our friends' companies in Oklahoma, Pest.
Pest.
Pest is huge out there.
Oh,
You did door-to-door sales in Oklahoma? Did you make any sales?
Yeah.
How many?
I made like one a week and I did it for a month.
Oh, that's pretty good.
4 sales.
I guess I did, one. I got better as I went.
Yeah.
So actually more like 8.
Wow. That's more sales I've ever made. I went out to New York and did it. New York and Connecticut. I made 4 sales total over an entire summer.
Dude.
Really?
Yeah, but I have a conscience, and I guess that's where we're different.
Yeah.
My thing is like, if you make
I
it,
did not like
if you
it.
step over ethical boundaries to like get a sell, that's when I have a little bit of a problem with it. But I have no problem to like, if you commit a full summer, work really hard, and make a ton of money, that's dope. That's sick. I'm glad they do that. I'm happy for them.
No,
But
I don't shame it at all.
No, I don't. I love it. In fact, I'm glad people have that drive. But like I said, once you step over like ethical boundaries, like once you start screwing over friends and like old people, like don't know what they're signing up
That's
for.
just with any industry, period.
Yeah, that's true. I think that's when it's a little weird, which is unfortunately like a lot of them. And like I don't know, it's cool though. I don't know. Like,
yeah, it's chill though.
Everyone's just chasing their happiness, dude. Everyone does do what they want. We're all shady in different ways, dude.
Well, dude, okay. With
What's the
that said,
shadiest
though,
thing you've ever done?
one of my best friends in our brotherhood circle, Dallin, is the least shady, most loving guy. One of the most least shady, loving guys I know.
Same with Cutler.
Yeah. So
Cutler's a great dude. Yeah.
I think there's
Cutler's a great
exceptions.
Dude. There are, like I said, it's not like
it's just a commonality that people have the experience of not feeling good about it when they do it, and maybe that's just because they suck at it. Who knows?
Yeah. I mean, I was okay. I was like average.
I was less than average.
Yeah.
I did very bad. Yeah. I lost money going out there. Yeah.
Dude.
What are you gonna do?
What can you do, bro?
I remembered it before I went out there. the boss is like, all right, and if you can convince a friend to sign up, we'll buy you a pair of shoes. And I was like, dope. So I convinced somebody to sign up with me. We went out there together.
Yeah.
And when I was leaving, I was like, couldn't afford the money to get to the gas station or to get to the airport to fly home. And so I had to be like, tell my boss, I was like, hey, you never gave me that, like, those shoes that you were supposed to buy for me when I had my friend come out here. And he Venmoed me $100.
So you used that
how I got to the airport.
That's insane,
awful.
dude.
That's how badly I did.
What's the shadiest thing you've ever done? Just kidding. Not the shadiest thing you've ever done. What's something shady you've done? I'll go first if you guys want.
Yes.
My cousin Nick, we were in 4th grade.
Oh, is this the Spider-Man thing?
No.
The Spider-Man toy?
No, I didn't do anything shady that time. I was in the right. This time I was in the wrong.
Oh, okay.
This is a shady thing I've done.
Is it shady if you're right?
No, I wasn't completely in the wrong in this situation.
No, but I'm saying, like, in a situation where is it considered shady if you were right?
What do you mean? Like,
If you do an act
If
that...
you do an act that might be considered shady, but you feel
You-
validated in it, is that
Oh.
shady?
It depends, because what I did, I felt fully validated. I feel like it was deserving. But, like, I did overreact.
Do tell your story.
So you can overreact to something, and that something can still, like, deserve some type of, I don't know, reaction, yeah. So I was in 4th grade, and our gay neighbor, Kelly, he was, like, a year older than us, and we were playing, like, what's it called? Water balloon? That's the word. Dang. Water balloon wars. And we were like, okay, there's like a line on the ground where if you cross it, you can't hit someone with the balloon. It's like a safe zone.
Okay.
So Nick was like 8 feet behind the safe zone. So I threw a balloon at him, and it exploded on him as he crossed the safe zone. So they're like, dude, you just violated the safe zone. And I was like, no, I didn't. I threw that way before you were in there. It just exploded on you after. And we sitting there arguing about it. Keep in mind, we're in 4th grade. We're sitting there arguing about it.
Life and death.
Yeah. And we had this thing called a friendship promise, where, like, if you do a friendship promise, you break it, you can't be friends anymore.
Really?
So it's like you have to put a lot at stake. And I was like, dude, I friendship promise, I didn't. And then they're like, oh no, you have to go home because we can't be friends anymore. You just broke a friendship promise. I was like,
The point of that was
yeah.
to show you I was.
Exactly. I did that to prove that I was like, no, I'm so sure that I'm right. And they're like, oh, sorry, but you gotta go home. Can't be friends anymore. And I was like, what? So I went crying. I went to Nick's room, my cousin Nick. I grabbed his High School Musical CD. At the time, it was like everything was CD.
Yeah.
And he had popcorn walls, you know, popcorn ceiling.
Yeah.
He had popcorn walls.
Texture.
I grabbed it and I just like shredded it on the popcorn wall, and I like
Oh my god.
destroyed it. I just like completely, yeah. And then I just left it there.
That was the origin of your evil story.
That was the evilest thing I've ever done, probably.
That's brutal. I'm trying to think of
That's
it.
messed up, bro.
Yeah, no, I was 10
That's
years
a
old.
villain's origin story right there.
Yeah.
You're a bad person. And I hope you think about that every day.
I still feel bad
He
for
probably
it,
falls asleep.
but also I feel like I was a little justified. But whatever.
Dude, I have a theory that if you are justifying your actions, you are already in the wrong. 'Cause if you're doing something that is right, it rarely necessitates justification.
That's true. Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna be like, oh, I let him stay with me because he was homeless, and like, well, why are you justifying such a good deed? You know what I mean? But if you're like, oh yeah, I ate the last macaroni and cheese because I didn't think anybody else wanted it, and you know what I mean? Like, it's once you start justifying.
I completely agree with that, but I think sometimes you need to do the wrong thing.
I also think sometimes you might.
One of my buddy
justify-
Chauncey said this. Sorry, go
I
ahead.
was going to say sometimes you might justify something that you think is wrong, but nobody else actually cares about.
Yeah.
Like, why did you just justify that? That doesn't mean that, like I think some people's consciences are different.
Do
Yeah.
good for bad, don't do bad for good.
I think you need to do bad sometimes. I think
That's what
Yeah.
that's what I mean. It's
Yeah.
the reverse of that. You do
sometimes
you do bad for good, don't do good for bad.
Yeah, exactly.
But
There's certain situations. There's certain situations where like I'm getting my get back. I don't care. I know it's wrong.
that's wrong.
I know. but I'm doing it anyways.
So, like with lying, is there a point when you guys are like, yes, lie about that, but
Oh
never
yes,
lie about that?
lying is okay.
Mainly just-
a lot of the times.
I don't know. I think
Yes, dude.
I think as a rule, you should never lie. You should always be honest, but you should be honest at the right moments. Truly. So
Yeah.
I saw somebody talking about this on Instagram the other day. They were
So
like,
it's not saying a full truth lying.
I don't think so. I
don't
think to
think
say
so
the
either.
full truth all the time is that's when you can easily become disrespectful. Because to tell somebody a truth, especially if they that they already know that truth. Like say there's somebody in here that's 400 pounds,
Yeah.
and it's just like, okay, that's a bad example because I believe you should bully them. But no, I don't mean that. I think there's a way to be encouraging, and I think you can bully in a lot of
Somebody
ways.
here that like
tough love.
their mom died, and you'd be like, your mom died. You're being honest.
Okay, say it was their fault that their mom died.
Okay.
Because they were driving in a car crash.
Okay, yeah.
Okay? You don't tell them that. They already know that.
Yeah.
So there's no need to bring it up. Like,
Yeah.
and so they say, like, this is all my fault that I did this. What do you think? Saying it is your fault, technically, that's not the right thing to do.
Yeah.
You can be honest in other ways by saying, it doesn't matter. Or something like that, which is true.
Yeah, and I think there's situations where, like, to prevent someone's feelings from being hurt, or not even feelings from being hurt, but, like, stirring up a huge, like, drama fest, I think it's good to bite your tongue sometimes.
Oh, I also have this other rule where I think it's never acceptable to critique fellow men. Man being humanity, not just men.
Yeah.
So to critique humanity is not okay, but to give
Not
someone
humanity,
else.
but like individuals. Just
Oh.
to critique a man or a woman or anybody, to critique your fellow man. You know what I'm saying?
What do you mean?
So how would
critique?
you tell someone that they need to improve?
It's not your job to do that.
What if they do?
What if they do? What do you do?
Is it considered?
That's what makes it so hard.
Is it considered critiquing if you love someone enough to make them want to change?
Well, why do you always fight with your siblings? Because you feel that you have an obligation to help them change, and you feel like you have a right to tell them when they're doing wrong. And that's different than the way you hold your friends accountable. But that's why siblings are fighting, and that's why families always go through all these
Bro,
tough times.
I think siblings are fighting because they, like, are competing for, like, parents' approval constantly.
So kind of the same thing with judging. Like we said, judging is okay. Is it okay to think?
Dude, it literally says in the
not to say
Bible, judging is good. Like, righteous judging, judge righteously. It literally says that in the Bible.
Yeah.
I think
Well, don't discriminate.
Peter said that, is like, judge righteously.
Maybe. I just mean,
So is constructive criticism okay? Like
if I ask for it,
So, like, for example, if you're
Or
learning
if-
how to play an instrument and I'm a piano teacher,
different. We're in positions of
Okay.
I've literally paid you to
Critique.
Okay.
critique me.
Yeah.
so in that case...
Or like if
it's
I go on a
okay.
cooking show, there's a judge who's going to critique my work. It's like completely different.
I feel what you're saying, though. There's sometimes
That
where, like,
makes sense.
nobody likes people that just criticize everybody. It just
Yeah.
comes down to
it's
that.
just like
I
with a
can hop on
homie.
board with
Like
that.
I'm not just going to go to my homie and be like, "Hey, dude, like you're acting like a piece of shit. Like that's not okay." Like you
There's
can
no
do that
need for
if the
it.
conversation is open, and you have to do it the right way, and you have to do it with love, and you have to do it in a way where it's not a critique, because who are you to critique them?
Yeah.
And that's how it's going to be. But like if there's a conversation where they're like, "Dude, is this my fault?" Then you could be like,
If the criticism
"That's
and
them
ask is
asking.
asked
They've
for,
solicited that
then it's
advice."
validated.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's fair.
I agree with that.
Because like when I don't know, because say you were able to critique somebody with complete love. Most of the time when you feel the need to critique somebody, you're probably going to do it slightly out of anger because you're mad that
Yeah.
somebody did something you didn't like.
Yeah.
And to do that in that moment, better to bite your tongue.
Yeah, usually your intentions are weird.
Yeah.
But what if your parents are, like, psychopaths and your lifestyle is perfectly fine? You're hardworking, you're, like, being successful, but everything you do, they would disown you for. Is it okay to lie in that situation? I think it is.
Oh, away from the critique conversation,
Yeah.
back to the line conversation.
Yeah. I personally think it is. I know situations like that.
We're gonna just-
I should say this is 10-minute warning before.
I will for...
So we got to be the Ocean Martin 10 minutes. But
Okay.
really quick, this idea of, is it okay to lie to our parents if we know for a fact they're going to disapprove of our actions?
And also not them disapprove. It'll probably just cause them less hardships.
You're doing it for them.
Kind of doing it for them.
This is a tough conversation.
Yeah.
I say that it comes down to this. Are they supporting you financially? Because if they're supporting you financially, you, in a way, owe your parents respect to do things a way that they want you to. But if they're not supporting you anymore, they're not supporting you financially, and you're on your own, you're completely okay. You're doing
I'm gonna plug it in real quick.
You have no strings attached.
You're doing your own thing. I think that it's to set a boundary with your parents about your life is healthy. But you might be a peacemaker and you just say it's with religion. You don't want to be a part of your parents' religion anymore. But if you tell them that, it'll break their heart.
Yeah, like that. I'm talking about like that.
That's crazy, right? That's hard. That's a tough position to be in because you know that your parents will be so sad about it. But I think personally, in the long run, if your parents are able to have a mature conversation, and you are too, it would probably be better if you guys are all honest with each other.
I think
But that doesn't mean it won't go through pain.
Yeah, I think open communication in general is better, but it's harder.
Yeah, better. Always better. Like even in this situation where it would ruin your parents' lives.
See, that's crazy though, because that means they're immature.
Yeah.
Your parents are immature if that's the case.
I think if a parent really loves a child, then something like that should not ruin their life.
Yeah, because that means they're not loving them the way that they should.
Yeah.
You can't control emotions, so I'm sure that they'll be sad, but they can control their reaction.
In this situation, let's not say sad. Let's say devastated. It ruined their life.
Yeah, they're an unstable parent, and they have an obligation to be a better parent.
If something if something can
I know several
ruin your
people like this.
life,
I'm not singling out anybody. I know several people.
Here's the thing, dude. It's hard for me.
In your life, you have an interesting connection with that thing.
Yeah.
I could tell my mom every little thing I've ever done. Anything.
Yeah, because your mom's the least judgmental, loving.
My mom's pretty judgmental, but she never, she'll say some messed up stuff. Dude. Old people are all racist. Yeah. Okay, yeah. But she is racist up until the point that
she
they're
won't
at.
Listen to this.
Up until the point where they're at her front door, and then all of a sudden she would die for them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Does that make sense? And it's not like a racist thing. I mean, my mom hates, so she's a nurse, and when people come to the clinic that are smokers, and they don't take care of themselves, and they just want pills, pill seekers.
Yeah.
My mom hates people like that. But if one were to show up on the front door, she would feed them for the next 6 months.
She's charitable.
Yeah, it's just
she's judgmental in her head, but her actions she would always provide.
But with me and my mom, I could literally tell her the worst thing I've ever done in my life. I could tell her that I didn't want to be a part of a religion. I could tell her I wanted to join some satanic cult. Mm-hmm. And as long as it wasn't I don't know, no matter what, she would love me, which I'm so lucky to have that.
Yeah,
I'm trying to think of the limitations on that love. Because nobody's truly unconditionally loving. That's the goal. But if I were to want to join a satanic cult that trafficked children, my mom would obviously not be okay with that. She would not want that. But I can't see her disowning me. She would figure out a way to love me.
If it was a way to help you, for your happiness, and you weren't hurting other people, there's no reason.
I think that's the difference. Is if I'm hurting other people.
Yeah. I think you can disagree with someone and be upset, but still love them.
Yeah. All right. I want to end on the draft. I want to end every episode on the draft. It'll be quick.
Okay.
Okay. We're gonna go snake draft. So you're gonna get the first pick.
Let's just do 3 then, because there's 3 people.
How does this draft?
We gotta do 5. That's
okay. Give me some cheeses then.
Okay.
Wait, how does this draft work?
This is how we're gonna draft. Chade gets first. If one of us picks, we can't duplicate picks.
Okay.
They're taken. We're gonna do villains in movies.
Okay.
So Chade's gonna pick. He has the first overall pick. You have the second overall pick. I have the third, but I also have the 4th pick.
Okay.
Because it's a snake. It goes like this.
Okay.
And then it would go back to you, and then Chade would have the 6th pick. 1st and 6th.
Okay.
Villains.
I go first?
Yeah. You go first?
Easy, Voldemort.
Ah, that was mine!
Voldemort. Dude, because he's not just a villain that wants to take over the world.
That's tough.
He's an insecure child who has it's not even a superiority complex. He's just unstable in who he is, and he's latched on to this idea, and so he wants to wipe out half the generation. But it's not about taking over the world. Mm-hmm. It's because he's a sad little boy. Yeah. And I think that's the realest type of villain that we will ever see in our actual life.
All right. First pick.
Solid pick. No one's beating me.
And by the way, in the comments, vote who has the best starting 5.
Yeah.
You stole mine.
That's a good one. There's so many good ones.
I'm probably gonna say Well, my next pick was going to be the Star Wars route. So, like, Darth Vader.
That's a great two pick. It's a great pick.
Do I have to explain?
If you want, you can give a little.
I don't know. He just has, like, his villain origin story is similar. Like, it's similar in a way to where, like, the reason why he became a villain was to, like, try and get power to save his wife, basically. But then that overran who he was. And then he became someone who at that point like didn't even care about any of that, but was still a driving factor. And he literally took over galaxies and bombed planets and all this. But then, I honestly, for me, my biggest thing about Darth Vader is in the end he still had a little piece of an actual soul.
You could even argue he's not really like a villain. He wasn't like fully in the wrong. Like, I don't know.
I can see that.
Yeah,
I think that's what the best villains.
Yeah,
the ones that you can empathize with.
All right. And I think that's why I empathize with people.
Okay, you got.
I got the third pick. I'm gonna pick Madara Uchiha of Naruto, off the greatest story ever in the history of fiction, which is Naruto. The greatest story ever told is Naruto, and Madara Uchiha is like, I don't want to spoil it because I literally want you guys to see it, but he's the most badass villain.
I will watch it.
Pure evil. Like,
do not spoil it.
But he's also like, he's like a Darth Vader where like, yeah, anyways, I'm not gonna spoil it. So yeah, he's my third. I have the fourth pick now. Dang, that's tough. Oh my gosh, that scared me. You can go so many routes, dude. I think I'm gonna go Cruella de Vil, dude.
Oh, I love her.
I've always been fascinated with her because she's like a
aesthetically, she's one of the best.
Like a boss bitch.
Have you seen the newest one, the live action one?
I did. I saw it at the old
so
house.
Good.
It was good. She's just like something about her so badass. So like,
she's actually so good.
Yeah, I think Cruella de Vil and Madara was my two picks. So back to you.
Okay. Should I go basic blockbuster stuff again?
You can do whatever you want. It's your starting five.
Okay. Well, then I was gonna go with Thanos.
That's a good pick.
Too obvious.
Okay, you know who else I despise? Professor Umbridge from Harry Potter. She is evil.
She's one of the worst villains.
I hate her.
All right, I would take her over Thanos.
That's my answer then.
Okay. If you don't pick this person,
Professor Umbridge.
I'm
not gonna pick the person you think.
Okay.
Okay, you go.
There's no way anyone's thinking of this. One of the worst villains in all of literature and movies. PETA from the Hunger Games.
PETA.
Oh yeah, just a snake, dude. These people are all. I'm Gale. Team Gale all the way.
President Snow is pretty awful.
No. President Snow's a dog. PETA's the real sicko, dude. He takes this like horrible event and uses it to snake this other dude's girl. Dude, he's like, I guess albeit he's a dog, but
I respect.
He's a villain, homie. He is a villain, and he's in the wrong.
Yeah.
She should end up with Gale. That's where I'm going.
Right.
I am Team Gale also.
Gale's way more handsome.
That's facts. And he does so much more for Katniss and her whole family.
PETA's kind of a simp.
Literally keeps.
In the first movie, he's like,
"Soy boy,
stay with me."
Yeah.
Stay with me.
Katniss. Here's the thing: Katniss could have won with or without PETA.
Yes, but PETA needed Katniss.
Exactly.
Yeah.
In all of the movies, in literally all of the movies, she could have lived.
Well, in the second one, they planned her to win.
Yeah.
Like it was set up for her to win.
It literally is just the love story that like keeps her coming back and keeps keeps the interesting love track.
You got the next pick. It's your third pick.
Oh, I get another pick. Okay.
It would be your third.
I don't know who you were thinking of.
I'm surprised you didn't pick him.
Well, I guess I'll say President Snow then.
That's a good pick.
He is a dog,
I think he's
but
evil.
he is a good villain.
Yeah,
he is a twisted guy. Especially after watching like the origin from the first one to the second one. It's kind of like someone that you empathize with.
You were also mad attracted to him.
This is true.
Alright, dude.
He looks like you, little.
Dude, my third pick is going to be kind of a curveball. Is Lord Farquaad.
Hey! That's what you were thinking of?
Yeah, dude. I was like, I'm surprised you didn't pick him because of Shrek.
Lord Farquaad, baby.
Lord Farquaad's a dog, dude.
He's so great.
He's so horny.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with him. I think he did exactly what he deserved to do as king.
He's the perfect villain for that.
He did everything out of him being horny. Like, that was his whole thing. It's like, I'm so horny, I'm going to destroy people. And I'm 3'5". That's my third pick.
And I'm 3'5".
My fourth pick, dang, dude. All right, another curveball.
Yeah.
Team Rocket
Team Rocket from
from Pokemon, dude. Yeah, dude. The whole thing. Do I have to pick one? I'm just picking them
Pick Team Rocket.
as an organization.
Meowscles.
Like Meowth or whatever.
Meowth, I
Or,
don't know his name.
like their little poem they do before they like do some fuck shit.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Dude, I love Team Rocket. I actually love that whole series.
Yeah, dude.
I used to mess with that. Summer 2016, that's all I watched every day on repeat.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, that's my fourth pick. I got one more pick, and you got one more. One more?
I've done 3.
You don't, so you got 2 more. Oh yeah, then we'll go back. And then, So pick your fourth.
I have a 4th? Okay. I actually don't know. If okay. Call me crazy, but someone that
You're crazy.
Okay. I'm
You literally just told me to, so I was just following.
Are you guys offended right now?
Yeah.
Okay, it's not really like a common villain, but a common villain that low-key scarred me for life, a movie that I hated when I was a kid, was Bambi, the hunter that shot his mom.
Oh, yes. I agree, dude.
That scarred
That's a
me
good
for
pick.
life.
I've never seen Bambi.
Well, all you need to know is a little deer, his mom gets shot.
No,
That's the whole story.
Yeah, it's actually really sad.
it's tough. I have a better one though.
Who?
One of the most ultimate villains.
Is this your last pick?
Of any story. I don't know, what am I at?
It'd be your
I have
fifth.
Voldemort.
It'd have to be your fifth because then
You
it'd be
had
her last and it'd be my
Voldemort
last.
And
Peeta.
then Peeta.
I'm on my third.
No, you picked more. There's no way.
No, Voldemort, Peeta.
Oh, you didn't pick twice. You were supposed to pick twice.
Oh.
Alright, Voldemort, Peeta.
Yeah.
Chris from the Mr. Beast channel.
He's an
I
op,
think
dude.
he's a fiend, dude. I think he's an op.
You're gonna have to do 3 picks right now because you
Okay.
skipped one. So you're gonna have to just
Shoot.
pick 3, dude. Chris.
Oh, I have
solid
one.
pick.
Chris, shoot.
If you want, you can just say yours.
This
while
one might
he
go over
thinks.
some people's heads, but oh my gosh, what's his name? Sorry, let me get that right quick.
Sarah, you can go. You can pick
Okay.
yours. We'll do out of order.
Is this my final one?
hmm
Okay.
I got one more, and Chade's got 2
Alright.
more.
Scar from The Lion King.
Solid pick.
He's a beast. He's a villain that's definitely crazy and evil.
Yeah.
Loki, he's a cool cat.
No pun intended.
Yeah,
Ah.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Want me to go, Chade, or do you have yours?
Go.
I have mine. So,
Oh, I got it.
okay.
Luke from the Percy Jackson series.
Oh,
Oh.
he's a good villain.
I don't know if you know who that is, but
He's a good
I
villain.
forgot.
He's Ares' son, right?
Ares.
He's
Yes.
like the
No, he's not Ares' son.
Mm.
He's
You sure?
he's Hermes
Hermes' son.
or Apollo.
No, it's Hermes. He's the one that tries to steal the lightning rod first.
Yeah, he's like the villain throughout the
Yeah.
whole. Anyways, he's the worst villain, but not in the way you think. Because in the movies, it was the worst representation of a villain I'd ever seen in my entire life. And they killed him off, even though he was the main villain throughout the entire book series. So I have no idea what they were thinking. It was the dumbest change adaptation from literature to film I've ever seen in my entire life.
No,
So
that's
there you
dumb.
go.
All right, you got all 5.
Oh my god. No,
You got one more.
I got one more.
Cause you skipped one. I'll go and then you go.
and then
Okay.
Jade go.
I just forgot her name. The witch off of The Lion, the Witch in the Wardrobe.
Oh,
The, like, British?
Yeah, it's the white
She's
witch.
a bitch.
White
She's
witch.
like, have some Turkish delight. And she like,
I think her name is, she's just the white witch.
she's heartless. Yeah, the White Witch.
Also,
the witch.
guys, Loki Maleficent is
Maleficent. That's her honorable mention. But yeah, I hated her.
How my last one?
I hated her.
The stepmother from Tangled.
Ew, I hate her.
Because even when she's young and pretty, dude, she's ugly. bro.
I hate her.
She's not bad.
She's
She's not
she is the
bad.
definition of a manipulative.
Would not tap. Alright, well, that's it. We gotta go meet up with Bruggy. It's been an epi on Banter Bits.
Banter Bits.
My name's Jeff.
Love it. So, yeah.